So the other thing I always hear about, the other myth is that vaccines have a lot of toxins and what have you. Well, I mean, let's just look at the broad picture. 30 years ago, when you were getting your childhood vaccines, or 40 years ago, some of those vaccines contained many antigens, which actually was what triggered your immune response. And over the years and over the decades, the number of antigens we use in all of our vaccines has dramatically gotten less. The number of preservatives, the other amount of compounds have decreased. So on balance, the vaccines, for example, we're giving our children today are much more pure than what older people watching this video got. And of course, if you did get it, obviously most people did well with it. But what I'm saying, if you did well with it and you got the older version, these vaccines are the newer versions with less and less preservatives and less antigens, which are the things that trigger the immune response. Like for the COVID vaccine, we only gave you the spike protein antigen or the genetic sequence to only make the spike protein. But back when we didn't know with a lot of vaccines what part of the virus really needed to be given to you, we gave you a lot more. So that's become a lot more pure, and a lot of the preservatives and things that need to be added to it, like adjuvants that induce your immune system to give a better reaction, all of those are much better. But yes, obviously they're not 100% pure. There are some preservatives in trace amount. So the real issue is, how dangerous is that? And I think certainly there are ingredients in vaccines that people can be allergic to. And we, obviously have become aware of that. And we try to find out about those allergies. And a very small percentage of people have very, large side effects towards vaccines. But the good news is the vast majority of people tolerate, the typical adult and childhood vaccines really well. And on balance, the cost benefit of saved lives, saved illness is worth those side effects. So in medicine, we don't ever do anything that's 100% good with no bad. If your doctor says you need to have your appendix taken out because it could lead to bad stuff, it's theoretically possible you may have something go bad during the surgery, or you may have an adverse reaction, a rare adverse reaction to the anesthesia. But on balance, if your appendix is infected, we think that those risks outweigh what would happen if your appendix kept going the way it is. Even when you take Motrin, Tylenol, or any of those medications for any common issues, there's a theoretical side effects that are really bad. But on balance, they're small, they're few, and the problem they're solving, it's worth to take the risk than worry about the side effects. So I think vaccines are similar to that. I think to a certain extent, even with the COVID vaccine, we've given 100 million people 2 doses of the COVID vaccine. It's prevented hundreds of thousands of death. And in exchange for that, there are some people who've had minor side effects, a few maybe slightly more than that. But we're willing to live with those side effects because of the benefits.